semifinals. Again, going to be using 1 through 12. Skip one parity right after each team. 11 and 12, and when you're done, go for a 4. And from the 22 of you, we will cut to the top 5. Stair sub-finals will be on lanes 7 and 8, and they'll be on YouTube this afternoon. Don't forget the big regional next week at High ABT features a $10,000 first place. All of you are eligible. It's not qualifying by division. If you make it early in the weekend, you can actually come back and vote this for side bots, brackets, and sweepers if you wish. Then your summer contest starts the following week at Coal Creek Lanes. Okay, when those lanes come back up, make sure you have a full set and color bars are up. You're ready for your semis. Good luck this afternoon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live from Arapahoe Bowling Center today, streaming ABT stop number 12. We got the semis going. They're bowling on the Scorpion pattern today.
surprised they didn't yell at me. Wear a hat. Surprised they didn't yell at me. I'm hoping since I got where'd that go?
130. Semifinals for game one. Side-by winners. Taking second, 279, Joey Powell. Winning your first side-by with 296, Johnny Camacho.
right, folks, we're finishing up with game 2 here. We're going to take a quick break before we head into game 3 and get you all the action live in the third game to figure out who's going to be our top 5 for the semis.
Hey, Storm Nation bowlers. Alex Hoskins here with you today, and we are joined by Giorgio Cleanez. Now, Giorgio is our R&D lab tech, and he's quite an accomplished bowler on the lanes himself. Today, he's going to do some testing for us on our brand new 4K fast finish. So Gio, we're actually going to break this test up into 2 separate tests. So first, we're going to have you take a look at the 4K fast finish against the older 1500 grit polished finish that it replaced. So as a reminder to all of you, 4K fast is our new smoothest finish that comes out of the factory here, and it's replacing this 1500 grit polished finish. Once we finish and we kind of establish the differences in those, we're going to move over to these 2 bowling balls here. This third ball has extra shine applied directly over the 4K fast finish. So if you actually look at this one, it's the shiniest of all of the different test balls here. And then if we go to our 4th test ball here, that has a 500 and 1000 grit Abralon pad with Storm Step 2 over the top. So there's a little bit of teeth underneath there compared to this one, and that's going to give us some differences in performance on the lane. So we'll be comparing those to the 4K fast finish as well, and we'll see what kind of differences we see on the lane.
To compare these 2 bowling balls, I'm gonna take the 1500 and polish as my benchmark. And the 4K fast tends to be a little bit earlier and a bit smoother down the lane.
And I think we could see that as you were throwing the balls, because you were pretty high flush with the 4K fast finish, and then when you switched to that 1500 grit polish finish, it got a little bit further down the lane a little bit later, and you ended up kind of actually catching a messenger 10 there. For the second test, we had you comparing that 4K fast finish to 2 different polished finishes. So first, we had it against extra shine directly on top of 4K fast. Now this was the shiniest finish overall. What did you see out of that ball?
In this particular situation, I felt that this bowling ball went much farther, and when it tried to change direction, it was a little bit behind the pins when it finished a little like light pocket.
Right, and that makes sense because that is the shiniest finish, and we just applied that extra shine polish directly onto that 4K fast finish. So you saw it go a little bit further down the lane, change direction a little harder. Now we did have you compare it to something that had a little bit more teeth under it. That was a 500, 1000, and then Storm Step 2. What did you see out of that ball?
I would say it was right in between 4K fast and the 4000 with the extra shine.
Right, and that makes sense because we did have some of those lower grits underneath what that polish was masking. So it would make sense that it would fall somewhere in between, and I think we saw that as you were throwing these balls down the lane. All right, bowlers, that wraps up this video on our new 4K fast finish. Now, hopefully you learned a little bit about our 4K fast finish and what differences you're gonna see on the lanes compared to some of our other finishing processes. Now, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us at tech@stormbowling.com or by phone at 801-723-0403. We employ a full-time technical team that's always here to assist you with any questions or concerns that you might have. Have fun out there and bowl up a storm.
and your cut going into the final game. Second place with 268, Eric Byer. Winning your second side pot with 269, Barry Powell Sr. Their cut is plus 78 going into the third, plus 78. want to survive? Really?
I haven't eaten it. Yeah, I know it's literally 2 weeks.
Nobody.
We took that short break. Well, 8 days. My goodness. I've been doing that stuff all day. Right now, well, yeah, but I'm ready for shit right here, but plus, yeah, after watching a while,
You're a funny guy. Mind is a terrible thing.
I've watched it the whole time.
It's losing color too.
right, folks, as we wrap up semis here, we're going to take a short break here once Don Patterson throws his very last shot. And when we come back, we'll be all set for their stair step finals.
Hey Storm Nation bowlers, Alex Hoskins here with you today, and we are joined by Giorgio Cleanez. Now, Giorgio is our R&D lab tech, and he's quite an accomplished bowler on the lanes himself. Today, he's going to do some testing for us on our brand new 4K fast finish. So Gio, we're actually going to break this test up into two separate tests. So first, we're going to have you take a look at the 4K fast finish against the older 1500 grit polished finish that it replaced. So as a reminder to all of you, 4K fast is our new smoothest finish that comes out of the factory here, and it's replacing this 1500 grit polished finish. Once we finish and we kind of establish the differences in those, we're going to move over to these two bowling balls here. This third ball has extra shine applied directly over the 4K fast finish. So if you actually look at this one, it's the shiniest of all of the different test balls here. And then if we go to our fourth test ball here, that has a 500 and 1000 grit Abralon pad with Storm Step 2 over the top. So there's a little bit of teeth underneath there compared to this one, and that's going to give us some differences in performance on the lane. So we'll be comparing those to the 4K fast finish as well, and we'll see what kind of differences we see on the lane.
To compare these two bowling balls, I'm gonna take the 1500 and polish as my benchmark. And the 4K fast tends to be a little bit earlier and a bit smoother down the lane.
And I think we could see that as you were throwing the balls, because you were pretty high flush with the 4K fast finish, and then when you switched to that 1500 grit polish finish, it got a little bit further down the lane a little bit later, and you ended up kind of actually catching a messenger 10 there. For the second test, we had you comparing that 4K fast finish to two different polished finishes. So first, we had it against extra shine directly on top of 4K fast. Now this was the shiniest finish overall. What did you see out of that ball?
In this particular situation, I felt that this bowling ball went much farther, and when it tried to change direction, it was a little bit behind the pins when it finished a little like light pocket.
Right, and that makes sense because that is the shiniest finish, and we just applied that extra shine polish directly onto that 4K fast finish. So you saw it go a little bit further down the lane, change direction a little harder. Now we did have you compare it to something that had a little bit more teeth under it. That was a 500, 1000, and then Storm Step 2. What did you see out of that ball?
I would say it was right in between 4K fast and the 4000 with the extra shine.
Right, and that makes sense because we did have some of those lower grits underneath what that polish was masking. So it would make sense that it would fall somewhere in between, and I think we saw that as you were throwing these balls down the lane. All right, bowlers, that wraps up this video on our new 4K fast finish. Now, hopefully you learned a little bit about our 4K fast finish and what differences you're gonna see on the lanes compared to some of our other finishing processes. Now, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us at tech@stormbowling.com or by phone at 801-723-0403. We employ a full-time technical team that's always here to assist you with any questions or concerns that you might have. Have fun out there and bowl up a storm. Hey Storm Nation bowlers, Alex Hoskins here with you today, and we are joined by Giorgio Cleanez. Now, Giorgio is our R&D lab tech, and he's quite an accomplished bowler on the lanes himself. Today, he's going to do some testing for us on our brand new 4K fast finish. So Gio, we're actually going to break this test up into two separate tests. So first, we're going to have you take a look at the 4K fast finish against the older 1500 grit polished finish that it replaced. So as a reminder to all of you, 4K fast is our new smoothest finish that comes out of the factory here, and it's replacing this 1500 grit polished finish. Once we finish and we kind of establish the differences in those, we're going to move over to these two bowling balls here. This third ball has extra shine applied directly over the 4K fast finish. So if you actually look at this one, it's the shiniest of all of the different test balls here. And then if we go to our fourth test ball here, That has a 500 and 1000 grit Abralon pad with Storm Step 2 over the top. So there's a little bit of teeth underneath there compared to this one, and that's going to give us some differences in performance on the lane. So we'll be comparing those to the 4K Fast Finish as well, and we'll see what kind of differences we see on the lane.
To compare these two bowling balls, I'm gonna take the 1500 and polish as my benchmark. And the 4K Fast tends to be a little bit earlier and a bit smoother down the lane.
And I think we could see that as you were throwing the balls, because you were pretty high flush with the 4K Fast Finish, and then when you switched to that 1500 grit polish finish, it got a little bit further down the lane a little bit later, and you ended up kind of actually catching a messenger 10 there. For the second test, we had you comparing that 4K Fast Finish to two different polished finishes. So first, we had it against Extra Shine directly on top of 4K Fast. Now this was the shiniest finish overall. What did you see out of that ball?
In this particular situation, I felt that this bowling ball went much farther, and when it tried to change direction, it was a little bit behind the pins when it finished a little like pocket.
Right, and that makes sense because that is the shiniest finish, and we just applied that Extra Shine polish directly onto that 4K Fast Finish. So you saw it go a little bit further down the lane, change direction a little harder. Now we did have you compare it to something that had a little bit more teeth under it. That was a 500, 1000, and then Storm Step 2. What did you see out of that ball?
I would say it was right in between 4K Fast and the 4000 with the Extra Shine.
Right, and that makes sense because we did have some of those lower grits underneath what that polish was masking. So it would make sense that it would fall somewhere in between, and I think we saw that as you were throwing these balls down the lane. All right, bowlers, that wraps up this video on our new 4K Fast Finish. Now, hopefully you learned a little bit about our 4K Fast Finish and what differences you're gonna see on the lanes compared to some of our other finishing processes. Now, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us at tech@stormbowling.com or by phone at 801-723-0403. We employ a full-time technical team that's always here to assist you with any questions or concerns that you might have. Have fun out there and bowl up a storm. Hey Storm Nation bowlers, Alex Hoskins here with you today, and we are joined by Giorgio Cleanez. Now, Giorgio is our R&D lab tech, and he's quite an accomplished bowler on the lanes himself. Today, he's going to do some testing for us on our brand new 4K Fast Finish. So Gio, we're actually gonna break this test up into two separate tests. So first, we're gonna have you take a look at the 4K Fast Finish against the older 1500 grit polished finish that it replaced. So as a reminder to all of you, 4K Fast is our new smoothest finish that comes out of the factory here, and it's replacing this 1500 grit polished finish. Once we finish and we kind of establish the differences in those, we're gonna move over to these two bowling balls here. This third ball has Extra Shine applied directly over the 4K Fast Finish. So if you actually look at this one, it's the shiniest of all of the different test balls here. And then if we go to our fourth test ball here, that has a 500 and 1000 grit Abralon pad with Storm Step 2 over the top. So there's a little bit of teeth underneath there compared to this one, and that's gonna give us some differences in performance on the lane. So we'll be comparing those to the 4K Fast Finish as well, and we'll see what kind of differences we see on the lane.
To compare these two bowling balls, I'm gonna take the 1500.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Nicholas Orsa here with the Amateur Bowlers Tour Denver branch of the Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village, and I'm here with Nathan Thomas, the Collegiate Man of the Year. Donovan Thomas. Donovan's filling in, and because he's got a brain, Rob, too bad, so sad. First match today is going to feature our 5th seed Eric Byer of Denver taking on 4th seed Joey Powell of Brighton. Joey's going to spot him 7 pins, and he's elected to lead the match, so let's rock and roll. What was the actual thing that you got at the end of the bowling season?
So my team won the Intercollegiate Team Championships, as well as I was named the MVP for that tournament.
Where was that at?
It was hosted in Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois.
Oh, I know that store. I know that place. Little light. And your college was?
University of Wisconsin Whitewater.
And your team obviously won that, and you were named MVP of the event.
That is true, yeah.
That's awesome, Doc. Very, very difficult to do.
Oh, absolutely. A long weekend, a long season to get
Sure. Yeah. What exactly? How many matches did you guys get through? Would you say throughout this collegiate season? How many?
Well, we bowl about, I think it's 12 regular season events, and then there's 3 postseason events. So we have the sectionals, where there's 4 across the country. Only the top 4 teams from each tournament make it to the Intercollegiate Team Championships. And we also have our club nationals. Since we're not school funded, we're a club, so there's a whole different nationals just for us also.
Been there, done that. I know years ago when Mike Diaz, I believe, was doing that for CU, I think, years and years ago. They weren't funded by the university, so they had to do a lot of stuff for expenses so they go to certain events.
Yeah, lots of fundraising and all that.
Yeah, sure. All right, so this started out as the Helen Keller Invitational, but I think Helen Keller left. As we're looking at 7 spare and an open, both bowlers came up light. The scores are excellent today. Looks like we got 2 Powell boys going against each other again, but it's not father and son. This time it's cousins. Oh! Thought he was going to kick the 4 out, but no break. Next week is our $10,000 regional at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood. All money is guaranteed by the Amateur Bowlers Tour. Block qualifying by division. We'll have 1 cut Friday night. There's 2 squads at 7 and 9. And then Saturday and Sunday we go 12, 2, 4, and 6. And then we have 1 squad on Monday at 10 a.m. We'll do 3 games of semis like normal. Then we go 1 out of 4. We'll then go into our, what I call, eliminator finals. Bowl 1 game cut. We'll get down to 4 bowlers. And they'll bowl 2 games with handicap amongst themselves. And then 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, 1,250. Load of cash in the event, $200. Should be a fantastic tournament.
Dylan is saying they are brothers.
Brothers? They're not supposed to be brothers. Joey can double here. He'll take care of that handicap. Joey's been with me the longest out of all the pals. In fact, I bowled with him in a home builders league at Wheat Ridge some years back. Good player. Close. Get it. Couldn't kick the 10 out. Barry's coming on strong. Now he's won 3 titles, but the one he won last week, actually his second singles, he won a doubles. But yeah, it's funny how guys get in his zones. Right now he's in his zone. Throwing the ball really good. It's good to see. And then Johnny Camacho will be second. And then our tournament leader, Chris Kern,
out of Morrison. Chris has won 1 title with me. Good player. His dad, Rick, and Phil Talbot years ago ran the WBA, Western Bowlers Association. Rick actually was, I don't know if he still works up in Blackhawk, but he was, years ago, he was a pit boss at Gilpin. And then he moved over to the Lodge when it opened. And I don't know if he's still up there or not. But Rick was a great bowler himself, so there's some bowling genes in the Curran family.
Now, does Chris still work here at Arapahoe?
Yes, yeah, we eliminated the employee thing. Just for the fact that, that was done years ago when it was a house shop. And you and I both know that there are certain houses, it like the back here. You know what parents play different, and that's fine. But on a house shot, it gives you an incredible advantage. When I come in and at the last minute give them a sports shot to put out, number one, they don't have enough time to practice on it. And number two, we do so many different ones. Basically, you just go out there, throw the ball, watch what the ball does, make a move. I don't want to penalize them for working in the bowling business either. I mean, Chris is an excellent mechanic, so why penalize him and not allow him to bowl 6 or 7 times this coming year just because he works in it? Just like you when you worked at Centennial for Don. The same thing. Now that's changed.
We got picks to click in here from Pogie. He's picking Curran.
Oh, yeah,
Of course, he's got to take a leader.
Wow. Pogie, just because he shot 169 over and he only gets 16 pins, what are you trying to tell me? But that one match, when one guy's warmed up and the other, and he's coming on, you never know. But Chris saw a very good ball. Yeah. It was a good ball right there. Now he's just got to get the left lane fair now. Meanwhile, poor Eric goes open, spare open. He's in, as we like to say, deep doo-doo. So 5th place today is going to pay $241. 4th place will pay $291. 3rd place at $458. 2nd place at $866. And our champion today is going to make $1,732. And then in 2 weeks, when we start our summer schedule at Coal Creek, 1st place will be a little over 1,900 with the turnout we had this weekend. And again, we get that great regional that National Director Myron Mitchell will be in town for. And Eric is one of our regional champions. I think he won the one at Green Mountain, although don't quote me.
His shirt says Northland.
Okay, Northland. Yeah, he won 10 grand.
Wow.
Bowled very well. All right, good shot. Yeah, like I said, the handicaps are close. Nobody's getting 30, 40 pin advantage. It's basically a mark or pins all the way up until we get to Chris, who's basically spotting them a mark, maybe.
Right. Maybe 12 pins at most.
Yeah. So it'll be good matches.
Joe Panetta is picking Barry to win.
Wow. Joe, you okay? You feeling good? He's picking Barry? If I was picking anybody, only for experience only, I'd pick Joe.
If I was going to pick, I'd have to pick Johnny based on his first game of 6. And he found it towards the end of his last game also.
Okay.
But then
So
again, there's
we'll-
going to be 3 games beforehand.
Yeah, we'll give Pogie the benefit of the doubt because he's old.
Yep.
And let him take Chris. But I'm gonna take Joey Pennell. You're gonna take Johnny Camacho.
Yes.
No Stepniak. He's in. Him and his lovely wife are doing an Alaskan cruise this weekend. So he can't even. If I get a tie and he's like thousands of miles away, that mojo is like strong. And I hope him and his wife Sandy have a great trip. It was funny a couple of years ago. Connie Bailey and her husband Ken wanted to go to an Alaskan cruise. And there's certain times of the year I'm figuring these poor guys are going to freeze to death.
Mm-hmm.
So Connie packed some sweaters and stuff like that just in case you're out on the deck or whatever, wind's blowing. It was like 95 degrees in Anchorage. I went, how is that possible? And of course, Jeffrey Metz, who was in the service, he's stationed up there for years, he goes, there are times where it is really hot up there. I would never, personally, never believe that.
Me neither.
Oh, get lucky. Oh.
You know, as long as Joey just stays clean for
Yeah.
the next 2 frames,
Oh, yeah.
he's already won the match.
Yeah.
So
Or as
unfortunately,
Nolan
Eric
likes to
doesn't
say,
find a look.
I'm calling it.
Yeah. Calling the 7th frame
Yeah.
pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, he's closing frames, and Eric's unfortunately completely shell-shocked. Yeah, even if he punches, he can only shoot 180. All right. Good shot by Joey. So one more year to go, and you're going to get your degree in, I'm sure, this type of stuff.
Actually, no.
Really? What are you doing?
So I have 2 degrees that I'll be completing. One, I've already completed all the classes for
Oh, cool.
psychology.
Okay.
And then,
Oh, for bowlers, that's perfect.
And then I also have another degree in advertising.
Oh, cool.
I'll have a minor in marketing and a minor in event planning.
Wow. And you took how long? How many years to do that?
This will be year 6.
That's-
once I finish this one.
I tell you what, buddy. Good. Congrats to you. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It really is. I changed majors 3 times
I mean, I definitely.
and had a gazillion credits, and my
Yep.
counselor said, you know, if you get 6 more credits, you can get a math degree. You get 6 more credits, you get an economics degree. And I went, dude, watch me leave, and I promise you, you'll never see me again. 5.5 years was more than enough.
Yeah, I think I changed my major about 4 times between when I started at Midland
yeah.
to now when I got to
Sure.
the University
Yeah.
of Wisconsin.
You know, and it's because you learn along the way what your options are. You know, and there's some majors that if you don't do exactly what you're in for, there's nowhere to go.
Yep.
At least like in marketing, there's finance, there's advertising, like you said. There's so many different things you can do because you have enough, they give you enough information to know what to look for, and as you develop your career, it's not that difficult. You know, some, if you know, like I was pre-law student, but if you're not like in the top 0.5% of the world,
Yep.
you're going to wind up clerking. And then you say, you know, do I want to clerk for somebody for the rest of my life? No.
Yeah, my first major of choice was actually becoming a physical therapist.
There you go.
And then I changed it to be in mass communications, which is like business communications,
Okay.
PR, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then I don't even remember what was after that.
Yeah.
And then I finally settled on psychology, and then also added advertising.
Well, you got yourself a nice field to go to. I mean, your future is wide open, and you can go in a number of places, which is great.
Always will have options.
Yeah, sure. And that's what you want. That's all you want. Let's close. Hold. A little high, leaves a 4.
Let's see what we get here. 61-71 is over.
Unfortunately, Eric. Best thing to do is 138. And Joey's got him beat there, so Eric Beyer of Denver is going to take home 5th place money, and Eric's one of our defending regional champions, so you'll see him next week at Holiday, and hopefully he'll make the cut. With 5% of the Megapod pool, he's going to take home $241. And Joey going up against Barry. This Family Feud, week 2. This is cool. I like this. Well, there's enough of them. You would think they'd bowl each other more than once or twice. Okay, frame number 9 for Joey. Maybe.
That left lane's still giving them trouble.
He almost took the words out of my mouth, but I'm watching the ball down the lane as opposed to what I saw in lane 8, and it wants to just go just long enough to make that a little bit more speed sensitive. And I don't know if they've gotten that quite figured out yet, although obviously he's done much better than Eric.
Did he go for a lineup shot or are you going to make the spare?
Nice.
So I went to make the spare there. I personally would have tried to line myself up after knowing I've already won the match and not getting any more practice before the next match happens. That was my last shot on that.
Pull another ball, play a part of the lane that you think you might want to have to go to. You know, and Eric's going to learn. Eric, match play wise, is he gets flustered too easy. He really does, and he'll learn.
Just comes with experience for sure.
That's all it is. You know, look at it this way. He's going to finish 5th out of 100 and some bowlers this week. He did himself a hell of a job already. You know.
For sure. I mean, I think I probably went through like 15 or 20 match plays before I ever got my first win.
Oh yeah, and that happens.
Just getting the experience, knowing how match play, like,
yeah,
it's even a different mindset than just qualifying.
Yeah. No, it is.
Semis here, even.
It is. It is
stuff.
absolutely. You know, and sometimes it's almost like a poker game.
Yep.
If you know your opponent well enough, there's some things that you know will create his attention, let's say.
For sure.
And you want to work on that.
Well,
yeah, you want to work on that.
There's definitely some blanket things that can be done to any opponent to catch their just
and
to
it's
draw
not
their
it's not mean by any spec, but it's part of the game. Poor Eric. It's a shame. He bowled so well this weekend, and he's still not bad. But, you know, when you shoot 96, you know, you just want to get off and go, give me my check, I'm out of here.
Yep.
Call me a cab, I don't want to drive. But, you know, next week could be a whole different ball game, and it normally is.
New center, new pattern.
Yeah.
Lots can happen.
Yeah. And different surface. Holiday is one of the 3 or 4 centers that we're hoping to put new lanes in. I don't know if that's going to happen with their property managers, but you know, Sweetheart's doing it, Bellevue's doing it, which is long overdue. But it's great to see him do that. And I know Zach's doing something up at Highland Park. But he's got the PBA 50. He's got two PBA events up there in June, I believe. So, all right, so Joey Powell, unfortunately, just scoots right through and takes on and beats Eric Byer. Eric, again, 5th place, is going to take home $241. When we come back, folks, you're going to see our second match, and that's going to feature the Pals. So pick your poison on the Pals. We have Barry, a 3-time champion, and Joey's won 1 title, but I think he's ready to smoke him. We'll see what happens. All right, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Arapahoe Bowling Center, Greenwood Village. That's down by the Denver Tech Center, south of town. I'm here with Donovan Thomas, our collegiate most valuable bowler, of course. He's an animal. That's why I won't let him bowl anymore. But we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick LaSource here at the Amateur Bowler Store. I'm with Donovan Thomas, Neo Prism Media. This is match 2 of our Stair Step Finals here at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. Our second match today, 2 brothers going against each other. We got Joey Powell, winner of our first match, going up against brother Barry. And there's only a 3-pin difference. Joey's got 1 title, Barry's got 3, and Joey wants them bad. So Barry's elected to lead the match. Shake hands. This will be a good match. They're similar styles. I think Joey's a little bit straighter. Barry likes to play more of the lane, let's say. But both good bowlers, and Barry right now is hot. He's throwing the ball really well.
And you know,
He's in that zone.
Through practice, I think saw Barry had a little bit better look on that left lane than Joey does. So
Yeah, we'll see.
bad break there.
Yeah, that could have carried, no doubt. Yeah, it's funny the way our summer schedule goes. We'll start at Coal Creek, go to Holiday, and then we go to Centennial back to back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw in some bonus summer points if guys bowl both tournaments. I feel sorry for Don. Don does a great job. I think he's got state next year.
Yeah.
I think he does.
It's
Yeah.
one of the. I think the other one's at Sweet or Cold Creek or something. They're
Really?
2 northern.
I think you're right.
places.
I think it's Centennial and Coal Creek. I told him I'd come up and work for him. I said, but you're not going to be able to afford me. Boy, good spare.
Just continuing to fill them frames when he needs them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, though, these guys got to start striking a little bit more. I heard Arapahoe closes at 5 tonight, so.
Well, you're going to see how much leverage I have. I guarantee you. We will be here till it's over.
I'm sure of that.
Beautiful. That was a nice shot. Nice shot. Part of the problem is with some, Arapahoe's a great business. There's no doubt about it. And they've been busy today. But they're short-staffed.
Of course. I
Guys,
think most bowling
Yeah,
centers
they are. They really are. So you got guys that are running out of hours, technically. They're beat. They're doing it day after day. But yet, you got to keep. Everybody's got to have a smile on their face. You want to do the job, and it gets tough because you're just putting in a lot of time. You go, man, I need a break.
Yeah, of course.
But and it's a shame. And some of the centers obviously need more help than others, and it's just the fact that they can't get anybody to come in and even interview, which makes it tough. It really does. Maybe. Oh, that was money.
Hoagie's out here predicting a Stepniak right now.
Oh. You don't want me to fly to Staten Island to kill you. You know that. It's very hard to bake when both of your hands are broken. Just remember that. A lot of bones in there. I want to see eating Maypo for the rest of the day.
That's what they're like.
Oh, never moved. Wow. Surprise there. 1-2-10. And Barry doubled, so right away he turns around, puts the heat on. Maybe? The other thing I try to preach to these guys, you're on a strike, obviously you want to go for the washout, but you want to get close.
Of course.
And if you ain't going to make it, you better get 2 out of 3 because it multiplies on a strike or a double or a 3-bagger. As close as this match is going to wind up being, just a 3-pin separator as far as handicap goes. You don't want to give them any more advantage than you already have. Oh, nice. Okay, well, he's found the left lane now.
Yeah.
He's got to find out what the hell happened to the right.
And you know, at the end of that last game when he was shooting that 2-7, he might have actually been trying to line up, and it just saw a hook a little bit, so he knew that he could move a little bit off of it. Who knows? I don't.
Oh, what a major break. Had 4-9 written all over it. Good shot. All right, Barry Powell, 69-3 with a spare in the 4th. Up 25 scratch over Joey. Joey is working on a strike, though. Hey, Johnny Camacho on a practice pair is ripping him up. Like you said, he was lined up.
Didn't even use a different ball than he was earlier.
Wow. There you go.
That was a great shot.
Yep. You know, he does have a lot of revs, and if his ball speed's lined up and he hits that pocket, their spin's flying everywhere.
Oh yeah. Know all about the high rev bowlers.
Yeah. And that's their advantage. See if Joey can double here. Harry?
Big break.
Yeah, 4-pin only. So he's still going to be down 25 scratch if he makes this. But, you know, an open and a double, and it's a whole new ball game. So. All right. The other thing I like about these guys, they know what they want to do. They waste no time. They're not sitting in the settee area. People are ordering pizzas and eating half of them before they get up and bowl. They get up, they know what they got to do. They set themselves and they go. And I like that pace myself.
See, that's where it comes in, as we were talking earlier, a little bit of mind games too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You see your opponent wants to go fast, maybe you want to bowl a little bit slower.
Sure. Yeah.
Any way to get yourself an advantage. As long as, of course, you're comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
If it's just going to hurt you, you don't want to.
One that I used to see do that all the time. I used to laugh as Patafitic.
He's definitely meticulous in his shot making.
All right, good shot. Oh, did that give him a miss?
It did.
Okay.
It's a 9 out there. I'll go down. I'll change it
thank
for
you.
you.
Ooh, got a high again on rain 8. Leaves a 3-6. Donovan does everything, folks. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
All right. This ball finish is so strong. It looks like he'll have it covered, and all of a sudden it'll just snap enough. It'll be chopping. You know, I thought he had a shot at chopping out there. It was close. Penny to curve, I mean.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thank you. Beautiful. There you go. Lined up. That was a great shot. Best ball he's thrown so far. Needs to do it again. Joey just threw a tremendous ball on lane 8 while you were gone. Just jack to rack. Let's see if he can do it again. There we go. There we go. Yep. A little bit of heat on Barry.
Nice shot from Barry also.
Double. Take that. No, you take that. Joey's got 103 in the 6th with a double. Barry's got 129 in the 6th with a double. 26 pins. Still anybody's game. Ninth frame. No, I didn't think so. Went a little wide, leaves 2-8. That is the opening he was looking for. So he makes this, he can max out at 207. Beautiful, perfect. Good shot. Barry's got 177 in the 8th with a spare. And Joey can max out, like 223. Yeah, Barry still would still have to double to lock him out, but let's see what Joey can do. He's going to finish first. Oh, that killed him. Dropped it off his hand. The best he can do is 193, and as Mr. Carruthers would say, I'm calling this.
This one is locked up.
Yeah. Joey Powell's going to go in 4th place with 5% of the Megapod. $291. You know, here's another thing I try to tell these guys. Match is over. Okay. You still need to be mentally in it. So, okay, again, switch balls, switch a line, see what you got.
Absolutely.
Make it a little mini practice session for you. Pick up some knowledge. A lot of times the guys will give up and mentally they're out of it. They don't care, but there is valuable information out there.
Absolutely. Especially because this is game, let's see, 4, 8, 11, 12, this is game 13 on the pattern, just
Right.
on these bears, so.
And then your thing is, okay, 2019 Scorpion, X amount of games on it. What did the transition do?
Yep.
How did it affect me, and what could I have done better? Well, you could carry something like that.
Right.
175. A little high. 6, 9, 10. Nice.
Now we better see a different ball here out of Barry. But it doesn't look like we're going to get one.
All right, nice game. 213. 36. All right, we're through 2 matches, ladies and gentlemen, and right now we have Barry Powell moving on. He's going to take on our second seed, Johnny Camacho of Denver. Again, we're here at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. I'll let Johnny practice, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Nicholas Sorsa, Donovan Thomas here at Arapahoe Bowling Center. Neil Prism Media at your service, doing our YouTube Stair Step Finals. Our semifinal match today is going to feature Barry Powell up against our second seed, Johnny Camacho of Denver. Johnny's elected to lead the match. Shake hands, and we're going to go. 7-pin difference here in Johnny's advantage. Barry recently, he has wanted to move up into the Masters division, and he found out it wasn't as easy as you thought. Well, you know, it's different patterns. 190 on sport, that's pretty damn good bowling.
Absolutely.
And he finally got into a rhythm and a groove where he finally, with his win yet last week, moved up into the Masters branch. And it's a lot to commend him for it, because he's worked hard at his game. That's what he wanted to do, and he got to do it.
Sniper. Tripping four off the rim.
He keeps showing stuff like that and carrying him. We're gonna take him to a 7-Eleven out and buy us lottery tickets. It had 4-7-10 written all over it, pretty much. But he'll take it.
Back-to-back breaks.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine a blowout 7-9 to start? Oh my God. Wow. Nope. Oh. We're going to start calling this the Carry Contest Invitational. Yeah, you better believe that. Pull all the brakes out of the bag at one time.
Just based on the first 3 frames, I would have to guess this would be our highest score.
Yeah. Great.
So far, I would probably say the entire step ladder. I'm not sure these breaks can carry over into the finals.
Let's see what he can do here. Through the face for a double. Who knows?
This is a different ball than he threw his last ball in practice on this lane, too.
Wow, that's set right there.
Packs.
Yeah. That's not bad. One good ball out of 4. That was pretty good.
I mean, I would have to say Barry's first shot was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
He's still a touch high. Tripping the 7-9 out.
Ooh, okay.
Lucky to not split there.
Yeah. 3-6. I know you just got back in town, but have you signed up for any summer leagues, for any PDA experience leagues or anything like that?
No, I am not bowling a single league this summer. You know, I pride myself. I'm going to try and not practice, but both tournaments and see if I can still win.
There you go. Ooh, I saw that coming.
Exact
Drops the 3
opposite
off
of
to
what I
6.
should be doing. I took 4 weeks off since we bowled last in college, and then did a little fit change on Wednesday, then came down here to Arapahoe on Friday, bowled the eliminator, and finished 4th. So
Okay, good.
to start.
That's
I get the fit right.
that's a nice field.
Yeah. Once I get the fit right, maybe I'll.
Ooh!
Oof. Is that a 4-7? Wow.
Go for 2.
Wow.
Holy.
These matches took a very hard turn. I thought we were going to see 260s, but not now.
Smart boy, get the 2. Who's on a double. That's what we were talking about earlier. That could come back to be a major thing.
Hoagie's wondering if we'll see a Popovich or a Sturgeon tonight.
A Popovich is a reality. A sturgeon is almost a definite. The Popovich, for those of you that haven't been following us, that's what we like to call the 4-count washout. Marco, unfortunately, the 1 year must have left about 10 of them. So we gave him that honor. And then, of course, I give Sturgeon grief because the 3, 6, 9, 10 we call the Sturgeon because he's only made it once in 60 years of league play. But yeah, the way the balls are finishing with the rev rate of these guys, I think either one of those or both we could see before the last game and a half unfolds. Trying to get back into it.
Shot.
I am amazed that ball just sits. Gets it to where he wants it and the ball never moves.
Well, that's the motive sniper. I'm not sure if the one he's using is part urethane or not, but most of them are just pure plastic for the snipers.
I'll
They
go
got
out on a
nice
limb and I'll say that's a urethane, just from what I'm seeing.
Let's see here. We
It's
use
fun.
our handy dandy foam.
There you go. Hitting power alone, you would think it would be a little bit stronger than plastic, but who knows?
Let's see, the Allegiant Sniper. Be in the know. No, thank you. It's a polythene technology.
Huh.
So it's a little combo of both.
Okay. Well, it's working for him so far.
Yeah. That's what he actually started semis with and ended.
Huh?
That's the wide.
Yeah. And that's the negative of that. If you do miss a little with that speed, chances are you're not going to get the ball to come back.
Absolutely. He did get a break though, not leaving the 10.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. 1-2-8. If he converts this, he'll have 76 in the 4th. He'll spare the 5th. Barry can stand up and double and play back in the match. Good shot. All right. Good cover for John Camacho. Beautiful. Great shot. Great shot. Needed that double. This game has improved so much. A lot of people go, nah, it looks the same. Trust me, he, again, ball speed, more consistent. Release is excellent. He's making moves faster. All that makes you a better player.
There we go.
That 9 pin just doesn't want to go till the end. That's scary. All right. conceivably 115 in the fifth for Riley working on the double.
Another good
That's
shot.
it. Boy, he's wired on that lane.
Lane 80 is lined up.
Yeah, he is wired on that lane.
Now lane 7 in the, what was it, fourth frame? Third frame. Lane 7, he missed in a little bit, and then gets up in the fifth. I think he just mentally overshot it.
Yeah, of
Thinking,
course.
don't pull it, you know.
Yeah.
See if he can make a better shot here. Luck's out of the split.
Almost a sturgeon.
Almost.
3-6-10. See, Pogie, you're in their minds already. All right, good job. You know, it's funny. I laugh. You know, you're making when you're making that, you throw the ball and you know where you want to hit it. You want the ball take all 3 pins out, and of course it checks up, and you do what he just did, and you work around and go, yeah, that's the way I planned that. And everybody's going, yeah, right. You just got lucky.
Well, that's got to shim a little bit.
Ah! Ooh! Major
Out of it.
break. Major break. You got that right. That could have been a big turnaround in this match. Good job. All right. Yeah, with the handicap difference, it's really only a 1 mark differential with 3 frames to go.
Yeah.
Exactly 10 pins.
Old sitting on a spare. in the
And
seven.
shut up, Bogey. Don't even mention it.
Nathan Pope says hello.
Oh, I haven't seen Nathan in a while.
That's close.
Beautiful. Good shot.
Big little adjustment out there. Wasn't tripping at 9 pin this time. No, it's going to be the commentator's curse here. But we almost guarantee Johnny will hit the mark this lane.
Let's see how good you are.
Yeah, well, you know. That's a pretty good shot. There you go. And he does get to finish on that lane. So
Yeah.
if he throws a good one
Oh,
here
yeah.
on the 9.
Yep. Key shot of the match coming up.
The pattern was the 2019 PBA Scorpion.
Yes, 42 feet. And in the regional, we're going to use the new Bear, and I can't remember what year that is. Pretty much the same distance.
New one would be 2022, right? This past year's bear.
I don't know. I just can't quite remember exactly what we did. We've only used it once. But we used it at Sweetheart in Loveland about a month ago. And very, very sneaky transition.
I might be able to tell you what it was.
Good shot for John. 156 and the 8th spare in the 9th. Put the match away right now. Ooh, came up high. 3-6-10. Wraps to 6 around the 10. Thought he had it covered. Okay, so he can max out at 234. And Mr. Camacho can go 06, right?
36.
36?
2 punches out, right? With handicap.
Oh, with handicap, okay. Now down 06 scratch. And it's, wow. So anybody's problem. Finish. Leaves a 2. Now best you can do is 01. And again, Johnny has that 7-pin advantage in handicap. So Barry needs to make this and strike and hope for help. That's pretty much it. Nice. All right. Strike here, he shoots 224 with handicap.
I just got confirmation. State next year will be at Centennial and Highland Park.
Okay. Hurry. Oh.
221 with sticks.
Yep.
So that means Johnny has to double. If I know how to
Remember,
get bowling.
he's got the 7-pin advantage. Let's see. Come on. Harry shot 198. And if Johnny punches, 206 scratch plus 30, 236. If he doesn't double, 226. No, he doesn't have to double.
No?
Nope.
Not on a lot of math.
No.
It's been a while.
Well, the count on the fill ball would have made it closer. But yeah, if the key here is to get a strike on the first ball. Oops.
Is that 3-9?
3-9. Okay. Spare and strike is 214 and 30 from 94 and 30. 224. So we'd have to go spare 7 to win.
Spare 8, right?
Spare 7, spare 8.
7 ties with sticks.
Oh, don't. You said that. And that's my own fault. I baited myself into
You did. You said it.
You did your best.
I may have done math wrong the first time, but not that time.
I got you.
Oh, that's got a hook.
Maybe. Oh! Wow. I don't know about you folks, but I didn't think he had a chance. I really didn't.
Now we need 8 from him.
Yep.
Well, we can have 2 things from him.
No.
More
Or less.
6 or less.
Yes.
Hit that magic number of 7 in the middle. Might throw a wrench in our plans for the night.
Yeah. Hey, dinner reservations. I like it. He knows it. Boom! There we go. 224, 221. What a great match. He's killing it. All right, so Barry Powell Sr. loses his shot at going back to back. But he takes third place, $458. Another great weekend for him. And Johnny Camacho gets himself in the championship match up against Chris Kern of Morrison. Once Chris gets his practice, you'll see that match. And I'll tell you what, if that match coming up is half as good as the one we just saw, that's awesome. We'll be back, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Nicholas Sorsa, Donovan Thomas with the Amateur Bowlers Tour Denver branch here at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. Our championship match today is going to feature Johnny Camacho, believe it or not, only going for his third ABT title. I think he said he's got a gazillion second, third, fourth, and fifth, and I believe him. Up against Chris Curran of Morrison, and Chris is looking for title number 2. He has elected to have Johnny lead the match basically because Chris wants to finish on lane 7, where he's got an absolute gorgeous look. So we'll see how that plays out. So we're going to start. Johnny shakes hand with Chris, and we are ready to go. I knew he was going to say it right away. Every practice ball on 7, he just pured. And he was a little shaky on 8. And I said, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to finish on 7. Yeah, smart move, kid. Let's hope he can get to that point. We'll see. He's spotting Johnny 14.
And so far, I mean, we've had every higher seed win their match.
Yeah. There you go.
Lock back in on that left lane.
Loose as a goose. I like Chris's game. He's quiet. He lets his ball talk. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolute money. Great shot. The silent killer.
You know, back in my day when I won an ABT title a long time ago.
God, that's been, what, 12, 15 months?
Longer than that. It was in this building. And
Was it?
I
Okay.
I bowled against Chris in one of the matches after.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It was. I think it was a Memorial Day tournament before the regionals.
okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
putting a 4-9 out.
Kicks out the 4-9. He's going, yeah, I like that, but I think I better make a little bit of move on that lane. In my younger days, I was a little bit emotional, as Johnny was, but what I learned was it creates up and downs. Your emotions play a lot in your game. And if your heart's pumping and you're going, it's very hard to relax and just follow through and make a good shot. Some guys strive on that. I personally like Chris's approach. Good shot. There we go. A smack talker and a quiet, I'm going to show you what for. That's what this is going to turn out to be. I like the start though. Both bowlers got great looks. You know, the cut being 112 just to get into 5th tells you how high the scores were in semis. Oh, really? No, can't get it. 6 pin. Again, he got pumped up a little bit. Maybe, you know, he just hung on the ball a little bit too long. You never know.
Oh, we got it. No worry at all. None. Knew we had that.
Okay, you did. I don't know about him. All right, so we got double 9 spare for Johnny Camacho. Ooh,
Great
couldn't
shot.
get that 10. I liked it. I like Chris's game. It's so smooth, so fluid.
Of course, there's got to be some comfort bowling in your home center too,
Yeah.
for the title.
Or maybe a little bit of pressure because they expect him to do that.
That could also be true.
Yeah. Years ago when Dwayne Mellinger bowled regularly in the Masters division, he never bowled a league at AMF Bellevue. Never. You could not beat Dwayne at Bellevue. I don't know what it was, and I even asked him, I said, "Do you ever bowl league here?" Nope. I said, "Man, you own this place. Every time we come here, you just crush everybody." And you know, it just happens. You got that look, your ball and that pattern or whatever the surface plays into your game. And then, of course, self-confidence happens, arm swing gets looser, and the next thing you know, Dwayne's beating you senseless.
Yep.
Which he did on a number of occasions.
Everybody's got those few
Oh,
centers.
yes.
Especially if you travel out of state,
Sure.
you can have centers out of state that you're like, oh,
Yes.
there's something there. I really
Yeah,
like
especially if it's a yearly thing and you're going, oh,
that. Yep.
here we go. We're going back to my house, you know. All right, double spare strike for Chris, double spare, and Johnny hoping to do the same. Frame number 4. Scratch match, so Johnny's up 14 with handicap.
Still good on that right lane.
I know.
Had that one errant shot in the 10.
Yeah. I think Johnny's he's working on his comedian act for when he gets back to reality here. But it's funny. I like seeing guys. He's relaxed. He really is. He's having fun.
Yep.
If he wins, great. He would love to win, obviously. But you know what? He's up there. He's against a good player, and they're just attacking each other. Double spare strike. Double spare strike. Let's see if he can go. Liked it off his hand. There we go. We got ourselves a ball game, he's saying. I like it. Set. Ooh, doesn't get the 9 coming across. Wow.
Great shot.
That was a great shot. Everybody's having fun at Arapahoe. No problem with the spare. Down 10 scratch, down 24 with handicap. Either player is open. Nice. What a great shot.
Back on it.
Yep, right back on it. See, Johnny can increase the lead here. He's in command. 24-pin lead. I believe. 20, yeah, 20 go to 30. And this is his lane. What's he missed it once in almost two games?
Time.
Yeah.
And the last 1.5 games. Not a good shot.
Just a hair high. Just a hair high.
A little bit slower in his last ones on that lane also.
Yeah. 4-7. Makes this, he's up 22 with Chris working on a strike. All right, good job. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you are. Double spare, double spare. Time for another double, Johnny. Frame number 7, Johnny Camacho. He liked it. He liked it. Let's have some fun. Come on.
Gotta get up.
Come on. Ooh. God, high wrap 10. Damn. That's a good shot. Unfortunately, Chris is running out of frames here. Spare this and sheet it. Put some heat on Mr. Camacho. Good shot.
There.
All right. 129 in the 6, spare in the 7. Down 22. Ball is in Johnny's court. Working on a strike, also working on his favorite lane. So we'll see what happens.
Along with Chris also. He
Yeah,
hasn't missed on
yep.
his left lane so far.
Nope. Yeah, he loves the left lane. Johnny loves the right. Beautiful, beautiful shot. There he goes. I ain't done yet, he says. It's fun watching two good players go against each other. It really is. You can make that move to go from a 10-pin to a strike and hit the winner's circle or finish second. It's all going to amount to be because they're both in the pocket. This one would be huge for Johnny. That was even
left.
tighter. No, I personally didn't like it. He was inside. All right. All right, leaves 610. My favorite spare. I will chop this 70% of the time. Doesn't matter what I throw at it. Doesn't matter where I stand.
That's how I feel about any spare that involves the 3 and the 10. It could be the 3, 6, 10, 3, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10, anything.
Yeah.
If I make one of them a weekend, I'm happy.
There you go. Looks good.
You get 2?
Yep, no problem.
There we go.
All right. 157 in the 7th. Spare in the 8th. Chris working on that strike. Will Chris carry lane 8 in the 9th frame so he can punch in the 10th on lane 7? Johnny's going, can I get a strike here? Because I'm money on lane 8. Good match. One of the better matches we've had. Championship or not, this has been a really good match.
Both clean so far.
Yep. Maybe sit. Oh,
Breaks out the
very,
split
very
there.
lucky. Yeah, very lucky. 175 in the 8th. The best he can do is 225 and 30 for 255. Chris can go 239 and 16. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Shut up, Poggy. Nice. Good job. All right. Here we go.
See if Chris can get the 10 pin out on this right
Yep.
lane.
This, yeah. What bowler can carry the one lane that's given him just a little bit of trouble? That's what it's going to come down to. So Chris is wrapped. Well, the 110 pin was low pocket. That last one was pretty nice. Couldn't fail to carry either one. See what he can do here.
Pretty good shot.
No.
Well, he broke out of it.
Yeah, he
Single pin left.
set up a little bit earlier than I think he was expecting, but I think his ball speed was down a little bit.
It looked pretty good location-wise from here.
Yeah. So if he spares and sheets it, he shoots 219 and 16, 235. Good job.
Nice, you have to get one shot at a time. You're on the field
Yep.
lane for him.
Great shot.
Definitely loving that left
Yeah.
lane.
Do it again. Do it again and do it again. I think even if Chris punches, I think Johnny just needs a mark in a 10th. Great game, though. No, a little fast. 2-8. That pretty much seals the deal, unfortunately. Yeah, 209 and 16,225.
Yeah, so he literally needs a mark.
Yeah.
Right? No, he just needs count.
Count.
I don't know how to math. It's okay. It's getting late in the day.
Sure it is. All right, good job. All right. That's all he could do.
Down to who could carry more on their off lane.
Yeah.
Polyurethane.
Yeah. We'll correct them later.
Hoagie, your jinx tears it ugly head yet again. That is true, but I am 1 for 1 on picks to click so far.
There you go.
So
Oh, Jesus. Really? That's too funny. Plastic. Here we go. We'll see if he says that next week at Holiday.
I was about to say that same thing. What's it going to be like at Holiday next week? What is the Royal Patent at
The new bear. There you go, folks. That was a great match, and Johnny Camacho takes home title number 3. And with 40% of the mega pot, he also takes home $1,732. That was an excellent match. Very, very good. We'll have to explain the difference between plastic and the new polythene. Yeah. Really? That's going to do it for us, folks. It was a great match. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Next week, our big regional at Holiday. Somebody next week's going to win 10 grand. Don't miss that one. That's going to be fun. Nerves are going to be going there. So on behalf of myself, Nick Lasorsa, and Donovan Thomas, flew in all the way from God knows where, Wisconsin. I think he got bored with Wisconsin myself. Wanted to get back to the Rocky Mountains, but thanks for all your time, buddy. I appreciate it. And we're out of here, folks. We'll see you next week at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood.